This is your Monex Metals Market Update with Mike Maroney.
Good afternoon. It's Thursday, October 19th. My name is Mike Maroney, and I am coming to you today from the Monex Precious Metals Studio. Let's talk precious metals. We've had a lot of volatility recently, and I'm going to go back to the early September when gold hit a high of 1363, silver hit a high of 1830, palladium busted above the $1,000 level, and platinum was well above $1,000. All of the metals had major corrective moves to the downside, where silver pulled all the way back down to 1635, gold pulled down to the 400-day moving average at 1261, palladium pulled back to about 958, and platinum pulled all the way down to 908. Now the market is in the process of putting in a base. We have a lot of interesting activity, and I think the major driving force right now, as far as the metals are concerned, is the fact that, one, the stock market is currently trading at extreme value, and people are looking at it and they're just starting to take a little bit off the table and diversifying into what they consider to be a safer haven than stocks. And right now, that looks to be precious metals, and they're trying to buy the low in order to potentially sell the high. One of the other things that's happening right now is there's a lot of volatility in the currency markets. People are wondering which way the dollar is headed, because the dollar this year sold off from 103.5 all the way down to 91. Now, we've been in the process of bouncing up a little bit as people are wondering what's going to happen with the Fed, what's going to potentially happen with the corporate tax rate, and will the U.S. stock market peak and inevitably go through a correction. So what's happening now is we're getting a lot of dollar positive activity as foreigners are parking capital in our stock market. And one of the other things that's happening is Europe is having some real issues. They're looking at the situation over in Europe, especially in Spain, and saying, look at the way that Brussels is actually treating its own citizens in comparison to how they're treating the migrants. And it's a really confusing time as far as the union itself is concerned. We're having a lot of issues as far as Brexit, because Europe wants Britain to pay for Brexit in a big way, and it's causing a lot of anxiety as far as what's going to happen with the British economy. Will the European economy be able to continue to sell exports to Britain? Will Britain potentially become a member of NAFTA? So there's a lot of uncertainty right now. And in times of uncertainty, typically investors look for a place to park a portion of their capital so that they can sleep a little better at night. And when you look at gold, you look at silver, and you look at the PGMs, and you look at where they've been as far as price, and you think about what could happen if things really start to heat up as far as the currency markets, as far as a correction in stocks, and as far as geopolitical uncertainty is concerned, it's no wonder people are buying precious metals, taking delivery of it, putting it in a safety deposit, putting it in a safe, holding it in their hand, and understanding why it makes them feel a little bit better. Precious metals right now are cheap in comparison to where they were when they hit the highs in 2011. And I think if you look at the financial crisis that existed back in 2008, we are really just kicking that problem's can down the road. And we will pay the piper someday in the not so distant future. The main driving force that's going to cause a lot of these problems will be the sovereign debt issues, because governments have basically run their fiscal programs improperly. They've spent way more than they can take in, and we're going to have some real problems. So now may be one of the greatest times to own precious metals. We'd like to talk to you about how gold, silver, platinum, and palladium can fit into your portfolio. Obviously, the safety of owning and taking delivery of precious metals is a wonderful thing, and I think everyone should experience it. But there's also ways that you can profit in long-term and intermediate-term investments. So give us a call today here at Monex. We'd love to discuss what your specific goals are and find out if our product can help you meet those needs. Thank you.